All right, just waiting for the folks to be able to start coming in, and I see attendees joining currently. So welcome back, everyone. The latest session of peer-to-peer virtual conference. Again, it couldn't happen without all our hosts and sponsors. So if you want to go to the next slide, big shout out to all of them for their hard work, including the folks from Charge Running. Thank you for being a part of this. If we go to the next slide, again, there's a big schedule of things here today. Next to last one for Friday afternoon. Thanks for those joining us live, but many will probably be watching this recording. I mean, who are we kidding? Really, it's Friday afternoon, right? So we don't blame you. We understand, but there's some great content here in this session and in the future sessions. And so I want to go ahead and hand it over now to Julie and Susan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Wallach. I am one of the co-founders of the Charge Running app. I'm very excited to be here to speak on this incredible virtual experience. And I'm very excited to be here with one of our partners here, Susan Hurley.
Thank you, Julie. And before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to Mark and Cathesis for allowing Charge Running to be part of this great event. And just a few little things. Many of you may not know what virtual running is. So I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a background. So before COVID, virtual running and virtual racing seemed like this odd concept. What is a virtual race? How do you participate? Why would someone even want to participate in a virtual race? Seems kind of odd. As a runner for many years, it seemed to me kind of silly. But virtual has been around for over a decade now. In fact, before COVID, virtual racing was growing with events like the Disney Star Wars virtual 5K and the Wonder Woman series and series like the Hot Chocolate series. But now there's a lot of big players involved with virtual racing. Rock and Roll series, the New York City Marathon sponsored by Volvo, the Boston Marathon, and the Ironman Triathlon have all entered into the arena of virtual racing. So it's becoming a very big thing now. Also, there's a huge uptick, if you haven't noticed, in virtual challenges too, such as the Backyard Quarantine Ultra. And also there's a new challenge called the Marathon Worldwide Team Relay, which engages elite world champion Eliud Kipchoge. And then there's also challenges on Kilter involving athletes, champions again, such as Met Keflezighi. So this thing is really growing, and virtual races are selling out everywhere. People love them. Droves of runners are posting on social media, especially on Instagram, posing proudly with their t-shirts and their medals. And virtual racing has brought tens of thousands of new runners into the sport and helped raise millions of dollars for charity. There's virtual happy hours, virtual meetings, virtual galas, virtual vacations, virtual escape rooms, virtual bingo, virtual watercolor classes, virtual classrooms, virtual walks and runs, and the word virtual really is as common as awesome or amazing now. Virtual is everywhere. And the best part about virtual events is that, at least the ones that we're familiar with, the virtual meetings and things, is they're all live. So you get to bring your community together. This, except for the running and walking part. There was really no live component to the virtual running and walking part until now. We're going to talk to you about how you can host your live walk on Charge Running and engage your community around the world. First, let's look at why someone would want to host a virtual race. There's many reasons, actually. The swag and the bling, of course. And according to a recent 2020 Running USA survey, which asked 3,500 runners, charity was the second top reason after the swag, which is kind of a good thing because we're all involved in charity, right? Then there's the things like the convenience, no porta potty lines. You can chart your own course. Of course, you would pick a flat course if you were running a virtual race, probably, at least I would. Cost effectiveness, and also you boost morale and confidence in people. So virtual racing is really a good thing for all people to try, especially people that are newer maybe to walking or running or fitness. According to the 2020 Running USA survey, 67% of runners use a form of technology when running because of the following reasons: to recruit other runners to join in an upcoming race, to recruit others to train with you, to communicate with training partners, to fundraise for a charity event, track friends and family in a race, discuss running related activities. We've seen a lot of that. Follow events, post your race results, post your mileage and running routes, and post on, obviously, Facebook a billion times over. And we know that everybody's doing that because during the course of the last year and a half, we have seen this trend growing tremendously. And it's fun to watch. Now, virtual can be very boring, but when you pump in the steroids, i.e. charge running, that's when we take it to another level. So I'm gonna let Julie, our founder, take it from here and explain to you all about charge running.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you for all of that. I think you really hit the nail on the head when you said, that there's a big area for this. And right now there's not a way for us all to come together. And right now we are all struggling with this one problem. You're not able to host a race in person. And if you do, it's limited. And we don't want that to mean that your fundraising is limited. So whether you have a hybrid event or all virtual events, we want to show you how you can make it just a little bit more exciting. Our current solution right now is you're canceling, you're postponing. We've seen that in some big events, even announced today, or that lonely virtual race. As Susan already said, virtual racing has been around for about 10 years. But right now that experience has been that maybe you send some swag and then you have them upload their completion time. But there's not a way to tell your story. And that's where we want to really introduce the Charge Running app. What Charge Running does is it gives you a live audio experience that can really elevate your fitness event. We do this in many ways, and you'll see on the screen one of our events that we did with the World Wildlife Fund, half marathon, 5K, and 10K. So inside of our app, you actually put on a real live timed event. So unlike normal virtual races, when you usually have a week or a month or however long to complete that distance, you keep your race date, you keep your race time, and we drive everybody to race together no matter where they're at. And as Susan said, quite possibly a flat surface because I would choose that as well. What we've seen with doing these virtual live events is an increase in revenue and donations. You have the ability to keep all of your sponsors because you have a way to shout them out on our platform. You get to raise additional awareness, and this is an incredible user experience. Some things you can expect out of Charge is a full experience that is completely customizable. You put in your race title, you put in your description. Everybody is ranked on this live leaderboard. No matter the number of participants, we can handle them all. We have this live leaderboard that'll track no matter the distance. So whether you're doing a 5K or a half marathon, we can set that distance for you. Each one is included with a live race announcer. We have 14 professionally certified coaches come in and they will help host that race. They will announce it, letting you know, nice job. You're just a half a mile from that finish line. Keep on going strong. And in addition, you could bring in a special guest host. For example, we have on the screen a Global Running Day 5K we did where we had Meb come in and drop in an audio clip. And we had a special guest host, Allie from Allie on the Run podcast, come in live and announce with a fellow charge coach. In addition, and what has become extremely special, we never really thought that inside a running app, you would want to see chat messages or people would want to text and run. But we were so wrong. We send more chat messages in our app than miles actually ran because of these powerful events. You'll see our chat room here. People are sending sweaty selfies. They're completing their race in 30 minutes, and then they're staying on for another 30 minutes just to cheer everyone else to the finish line. It really brings walkers and runners back together and gives you that sense of community that we have been missing in this virtual world. So you get to come up with your own story, your own script. For a 5K, we like to allow 60 minutes so you can walk it or run it. But more importantly, you have 60 minutes to tell your story. You have the ear of all your participants, of all your fundraisers. You could tell them, hey, grandma, come listen and watch me run. Can you pledge $1 amount per mile that I run in the app today? And you can have people listen in. You come up with that story. What do you want your runners, your participants to walk away remembering? Something special so they can help raise that awareness. So they're going to share those pictures on social media. We can keep telling them that hashtag over and over on that run. So, after this run is over, they're spreading the word and they're helping you spread that awareness. In addition to this live option, we also take that recording and put it on our on-demand section, which is our race later option. So after the event is over, that recording will live on in our app and you can drive more participants who maybe couldn't make it at that exact time. They can still go run and experience that later. And we can keep that up for as long as you like. We have a social following of over 50,000 people that we can help you market your race to. Just as you saw on our last page here with this World Wildlife Fund, we're actually a subscription-based app that has over 2,000 daily active users inside of it. So you create your banner, you create your messaging, and we drive our users to participate inside your event. Lastly, in addition to those special guest hosts, I kind of mentioned those sponsor shout outs. We know that in the virtual world, getting sponsorship packages can be kind of tough, but what you can do inside the Charge app is drop logos inside the chat room. Have your sponsors pre-record audio clips that you can play during your live event, or have them written out inside your script so they come across nice and natural, like the coach is casually bringing it up, but you really get to shout out that sponsor in a special way. You can call out your top fundraisers. You can have challenges inside the app. We've done fun ones such as, hey, I want to see the coolest running gear. Whoever posts a picture in their coolest running gear, or cutest furry friend you're running with, and everyone posts pictures walking with their dogs. You can make it really an event that you'd like it to be by customizing it yourself. These are just a few of our 14 certified trainers, and Susan put this together. So now I'm seeing me right there, right in the middle. I am one of the certified trainers as well. And we all love doing this. We all have this joy of movement, and that really comes across inside each and every event. The chat room, as I mentioned, is already very, very exciting and very powerful. So these are some of our sweaty selfies you will get in. And what's great about this is all content you can use for the future. We've had so many partners come together and save every image and put together a beautiful collage at the end. Like, look at how my virtual event went, which is so special. When you don't have that live component, or you don't have that ability to come together as a community, it can be pretty hard to get pictures just like this. But in the Charge app, it's simple. You see one sweaty selfie and you're kind of addicted. You want to join the fun. It's something special when you can sit here and say, hey, this is how I started my Saturday. And you get so excited through the excitement going on in this story that you want to share it. And it really just creates this incredible engagement. We really try to make this very, very simple. We know that so many people have registration platforms or different CRMs that they use. So that's not our area of expertise. You get to keep whatever registration platform you're already using. With Charge, we make it very, very simple. We create the run, we create the event in our app, customizable to what you want. And then we just send one short link. You click that link, it prompts you to download Charge Running, and then it opens directly to your event. So the first thing they see inside the Charge app is exactly what you want them to see. They click sign up and it shows them a countdown timer till your event day. And then from there, you get to watch your users have the race of a lifetime. We started doing this pretty much at the beginning of COVID. We've already had so many subscribers. They saw what we were doing. And with all races being canceled, we actually had companies reach out to us asking, hey, can we put this on our platform? And so we tried it out. And then we worked on customizing this experience to make it just right for different peer-to-peer fundraisers. So Charge has helped raise over $3 million in the last 12 months. You'll see some of our partners on the screen and many more. I really want to end with showing you this Charge experience. So this link, or if any of you have your phones out handy, this QR code will prompt you to download Charge Running, and it'll give you a free month access. And we have 6 events alone this weekend inside our app, and you'll see many more in that event screen. So you can go ahead and check out an actual virtual event. You can also go to our on-demand section in the virtual races tab and check out some of our pre-recorded races that have happened over the past year that we've put on for this. So I'd like to open it up for questions. Actually, I'd like to turn it back to you, Susan, in case I missed anything here.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's kind of cool about Charge is that the app works all over the world, so your reach is really great. We can customize pretty much everything right down to your music. So you can even pick your own playlist. So if there's something that really motivates you and you really like for music, you can do that. Another cool feature of Charge is, not everybody listens to the same music. So we have the ability within the app, even if the content is all curated to, all the music is customized. If somebody wanted to pipe in, Beethoven instead of listening to, Lady Gaga, you can just hit a switch at the bottom of the app and there you go. You can pump in your own music too. So everything is very customized with Charge. The experience, the user experience, and this is the reason I got involved with the app, is just really different and very personalized. It's definitely not your average virtual race. It's very fun. And most participants will come back and do another run or do another race. We do a lot of repeat races and walks for nonprofits. And it's amazing the return that people are getting when they host a nonprofit race. There's no heavy lifting with this. It's not like putting on a gala or a golf tournament. It's just a few emails back and forth and just really promoting it to your base.
In addition, Mark added these special walks every single Friday. So if you want to check out the Charge app, we are doing some walking classes just throughout the Peer-to-Peer World Conference. We kicked it off with a 5K that hopefully some of you got to attend. And then every single Friday as well, we're doing a walking class for you to just check out the app, enjoy the experience, participate in the chat room, and get a little bit of a feel of what it's like.
Yeah, I highly recommend that folks take advantage of that and check it out. And I couldn't say enough great things about Julie and Susan and how easy it was to work with them on setting all of this up. the 5K, you know, the walks, all of it. So, you know, if you ever want to reference, definitely, I can't recommend you guys enough. It's been really a joy to work with you, and the app is really cool. As a part-time runner myself, it's great to get out there and get that motivation and have other people out there, and those leaderboards can really help the you know, up your speed a little bit. So definitely appreciate everything you guys are doing. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. But if not, any other final thoughts from either one of you?
I do have one last thing to say, and that is, you know, a lot of virtual races, they give a time frame to be able to complete it. With Charge, you're going to have your live event, but then we're going to be able to put that on demand. So people will have that time frame to run it. So if they can't make it Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and they want to run it Sunday morning at 7 a.m., we record them and we put them in our on-demand section. And your registrants, they can use that, and they can get into the app and use it at a later time. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in addition to those like fun virtual races, whether they're live or you get to run them on demand, we do different virtual challenges or different series of training programs. So you can really get creative. I mean, I think we stressed upon that customizable thing as much as we could, because that's what I think makes us so special. If you do have any questions or want to reach out, Susan or we have nice simple emails with Susan@chargerunning.com or Julie@chargerunning.com. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Terrific. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining, and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.